Simon's shot is good.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
Pass to Sharp. And it's out of bounds to the Trailblazers as Portland retains possession. Charlotte on D. Here's Klingon. Williams defending. Here's Klingon. That shot off. Some solid defense from Williams. And you watch Donovan Klingon. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Grant.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, B.A. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
The rebound by Bridges.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
Ball right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Deflected.
Wow, great size and better positioning made that block possible from Klingon. Woo! His energy is unmatched.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Outside, Green. They get it back. Pass to Bridges. Ball taking his time here. From the arc. Charlotte, no good that time either. Here's Henderson. And he dunks it down.
And Henderson has got some hops for sure. You cannot let him get to the rim.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Ball left side. Outside, Green. From behind the arc.
That's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Sharp. Pass to Aiden. Now here's Sharp. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Grant. Williams grabs the board. Hornets trail by 3. Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves. But that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
One thing that impresses you about LaMelo, the way he reads defenses and makes the game easier for everyone around him.
Now here's Sharp. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Yeah, not afraid to finish at the rim. Sharp, just relentless.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
Ball no good.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Simons, left side. It's Sharp on the wing. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. And Grant gets it to go.
How about Grant? Always seems to be in the right place.
Green for three. Charlotte again missing. Trailblazers lead by 5. Here's Sharp. Ball with the rebound. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Bridges, right side. Back to ball. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
Henderson drives in. Pass to Ayton. Buries it down low.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
The three from Ball. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Portland ahead. They lead by 4. And the second quarter is on its way.
12.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Trailblazers, what do you guys think?
It's all about the strong inside-out game in the first period. It really helped them get some clean looks down low.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
The drive by man. Pass to Nurkic. Down low. Second chance effort. Rebound by the Trailblazers. That's tipped. And stolen by Williams. Smith outside. Here's Okogie. To the paint. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair. And Dorsett, 7 feet tall and almost 300 pounds. Yusuf Nurkic often is the biggest human on the court.
BA, we might as well refer to him as the immovable object. This guy has slimmed down. He's in incredible shape. But Nurkic is an old-school big, and he is a force to be reckoned with around the rim, not just because of that size and strength, but because of his skill as a passer and a finisher.
And here's Simons outside. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now. It's stolen by Thibault. And it's Simons penetrating. Okogie pulls down the board. Charlotte trailing. An open look for Smith. That one's good. This game is all even.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
And it's Henderson with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Pass to Simons. Henderson scanning the floor. Shot clock at 6. Simons with it. And down it goes. 2 points. Simons has gotten his second bucket.
Yeah, great find right there by Henderson. He is such a gifted facilitator.
The kick out to Williams. Pass to Okogie. Here's man. And Clingan pulls it down.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Simons outside. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
Williams with the screen. Takes a three. And Clingan pulls it down. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition takedown rule. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Trailblazers.
They've done a great job facilitating shooters. Their early game has seen a lot of hot passes and has kept the defense guessing as well.
And Mark Williams picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. So Charlotte going with almost an entire new group here.
Substitution for your Hornets. Miles
Simons outside. With the drive. Add that to his line. Now 3 for 6.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
.149 left to play in the half. Three-pointer, Bridges. And Aiden pulls it down. Trailblazers lead by 5. To the middle. Here's Clingan. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And this is where you feed the big man Clingan. He knows how to execute from this close.
Pass to Williams. Ball outside. Miller with it. He's covered by Simons. 6 to shoot. And here's Green from the arc. Portland with a rebound. Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's Henderson. Uses the glass on the layup. And now it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
They're beginning to take control now, and this could be a crucial point in the game.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
You must let go.
Portland making a switch here.
Substitution on the court.
56 seconds left in the first half. The three from Ball. LaMelo knocks down the long one.
This guy is always ready to shoot the three. LaMelo so confident from distance.
Now Henderson. The crossover. Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far.
Woo, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Ball outside. Puts the move on. And he drives in. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Second team foul.
Well, the handle that LaMelo Ball possesses allows him to drive it with authority. You love that he draws contact there.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He wants to review the game plan. And so Ball nails both of them.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Outside Sharp. 2 on the clock. That shot, no good.
Yikes. How did he miss that? I mean, he makes 9 out of 10 of those.
So we conclude the first half. Portland ahead. They lead by 6. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
If you leave a teammate of LaMelo Ball that wide open, I promise you he will find him.
Portland leading by 4. Simons outside. Here's Ayton. From down in the low post, it goes.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, not backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Brian?
Allie, thanks. Miller buries it from 3. Miller's got 6.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
It's Sharp on the wing. On the take. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
The burst. Man, Sharp can go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye.
Back to Miller. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And out of bounds. Charlotte will have it. The Hornets are in the midst of a playoff drought. Their last appearance was 2015 doors.
Yeah, B.A., that's the longest active streak in the league. Not something you love to be associated with. And listen, like other organizations, they've hit on some draft picks. They've missed on some draft picks. A lot of the problem has been injuries that have plagued this organization.
And there's Henderson, just so quick. I mean, he loves to get out and run.
Pass to Williams. Some solid defense from Williams. Here's Sharp. Driving in. Up and in on the layup. And it's an 11-point Trailblazer lead.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Just 5 on the clock. Three-pointer Bridges. And Ayton pulls it down.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Miller.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Henderson outside. It's Sharp on the wing. Pass to Simons. Clock at 6. Back to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third-period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Here's Bridges. Misses from close range. Simons with a steal. Now the Blazers moving it up.
Yeah, he's just explosive. I mean, Scoot gets off the ground in a hurry and puts some emphasis on it, too.
Hornets trail by 15.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.